Alright, hello everyone, I'm RuudDevil. Now, you guys already know, you guys have seen the title, you guys got hyped by the trailer, but unless you were living in Gollum's Cave, you probably should know that the sequel to Shadow of Mordor was finally announced, and it's Middle-earth Shadow of War. Now, the trailer came out, and news of this game actually leaked a few days ago, and while we're still getting a gameplay trailer next week, March 8th, they probably since it was leaked, they're probably like, fuck it, we'll just release a trailer anyway. So, in this video, we're just gonna take a little, step-by-step, little gander through the trailer, and just see what we can pick up, little tidbits here and there, and sort of like my own, like, assumptions on what the game's gonna be. So, we know that the Nemesis System's coming back, and we know it's gonna be bigger and broader than ever, but why don't we just get into the trailer without me rambling first?
The world of men is ending.
Alright, so our first thing here is Minas Ithil. That is Tower of the Moon. Also, if we go back a bit, I mean this is Galadriel, who looks a bit like Kerrigan here, but Monolith, I don't know if you've played their games before, but Guardians of Middle-earth and things like that, they prefer like a grittier, they tend to take a grittier approach to like Tolkien's world, so Galadriel looks more of, I mean, she's clearly just going to be a narrator, I don't think she's going to be a big part of the game. But yeah, she definitely looks more like an elf witch here, prophesizing the end of men.
World of men is ending.
So yeah, this is Minas Ithil. Now, Minas Ithil, obviously, it fell after the Bake Plague, after the Great Plague, when Sauron and the Ringwraiths returned to Mordor from Dol Guldur. People are saying that you'll get to attack Minas Ithil, because when the game was first leaked, it had a whole bunch of features, and one of them included assaulting great fortresses. Now, I'm not so sure. While I still think you'll be able to besiege fortresses, I think they'll just be, like, slightly bigger versions of the strongholds that we fought in Shadow of Mordor. And by bigger versions, I mean you'll probably just get to fight, like, massive trolls and things like that, and probably, like, a nice big boss. The reason why I say this is because the siege of Minas Ithil took 2 years. 2 years of intense siege. Now, while there's a lot of footage of that in this trailer, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a flashback. If you remember in Shadow of Mordor, there are a lot of flashbacks to Celebrimbor's past, with him forging the rings, with Eregion getting razed to the ground and things like that. So I'm pretty sure that you're just going to see tidbits of Minas Ithil being razed to the ground and being besieged in flashbacks. Now, while that pains me to say it, because I would love for it to be a playable section where you are men of Gondor and you get to valiantly defend against the forces of darkness, that sounds so damn cool. But I think if the story's focusing on Talion again, and obviously Celebrimbor, I honestly, as much as it pains me to say, I honestly think it will just be a flashback. But just for the moment, just take in how beautiful that city looks, how beautiful it is. We would all love to see, I mean, Gondor's not really at its peak here, it's actually the beginning of its decline, but still, just look, just feast on Númenor stonework, how beautiful it is. It is gorgeous. So look, here is, yeah, see, this is obviously going to be a cutscene, maybe it'll be a flashback, and then it'll be a playable area where you get to defend against it. Because think about it, if the siege lasted 2 years, it's highly unlikely that you'll have to defend it, and then all of a sudden, boom, overnight, it's Minas Morgul. I think it's either just going to be a flashback cutscene, or it's going to be you get to play that segment, and then it takes you essentially get to play the flashback, and then it'll take you back to the modern day, and it's already Minas Morgul. That's just the way I see it. Also, if we look on the right, you can see the top of the Gondor soldier helmets. Sorry. Their armor actually looks quite Roman in design, especially their side plates, and then the front part sticking out of their helmet is quite Númenor, quite Second Age, which looks really cool. And then there's Gondor's first black guy, probably gonna cause a stir online. Not really, but probably just one guy on Reddit, which becomes 3 guys on Reddit, which becomes 18 million guys on Reddit. And, yeah, it's not a big deal. There can be a black Gondoran if you want. If it does turn out that he's sort of like the heir of somebody, like the heir of Elendil or something, then I think Arathorn might have some explaining to do. Maybe he went down to Umbar when someone wasn't looking, but Who the hell knows? I don't really care. If they want a black character, they can have a black character. If we just pull it back a little bit, you can see there's the Second Age helmet I was talking about. There's the front little bit, and then he's got the almost, it's probably like a Guard of the King or a Citadel Guard symbol on his armor. But yeah, you can definitely tell just by the color scheme on the armor that it's quite unique. I don't think I've seen that before. And then we've got a woman here as well. I don't know what she's doing. And you actually saw their faces light up green. Where we might get it. Yeah, see, it's a little bit green. He's like, dude, what the fuck? So that's obviously like the beginning of... That's probably like Morgul sorcery. Morgul sorcery is known to be green. And there's Celebrimbor forging the ring. So there they are. This is obviously the Morgul Veil. Can we see the... No, I thought we were going to see the massive staircase. But yeah, there's the tremors of Mordor. They know something bad's coming, and as much as I would like to defend it, I'm pretty sure it's either just a flashback cutscene. I'm pretty sure that's all it is. But I think I've said that like 18 times by now. There's Mount Doom in all her glory. Mount Doom has awakened again. If you remember at the beginning of Shadow of Mordor, we actually got to see Mount Doom covered in grass, lovely and green. I never thought I would live to see Mordor not a barren wasteland, but it looks so beautiful. But obviously those days are numbered. Sauron is back, and he's back with a vengeance. He wants his ring, and he wants to cover all the lands in the Second Darkness.
The fires of Mount Doom, a ranger and a wraith, bound together in death.
So there's Celebrimbor / Talion. Obviously, we played as them in the first game. We know it's Talion. It's obviously Talion. He's wearing the same armor, and he says Celebrimbor. We know at the end of the first game that they say they were going to make another Ring of Power. So, obviously, in this game, you can see that they're making another Ring of Power. Celebrimbor is choosing the Saruman method of fighting power with absolute power. I will counter your Ring of Power with my Ring of Power. So, essentially, I'm pretty sure a massive gameplay mechanic will surround the Ring of Power. You're obviously going to raise armies, you'll probably have your own, like, strongholds in Mordor, and you'll have to wage war against Sauron, which obviously will lose, so that kind of makes the how and why, especially in, like, the second and final acts of the game, all the more intriguing. Because is Talion going to die in this one? Is Celebrimbor just going to be banished to, like, the Wraith world forever? Like, if it ends with us... I mean, because we fought, like, Sauron at the end of the first game, but it was a quick time event, they clearly ran out of time, it wasn't that good. But in this one, if we actually get a really awesome duel with, say, the Witch King or Sauron himself, because the Ring Wraiths are back, we'll see it in the rest of the trailer, that the Ring Wraiths are back, if we actually get a last stand with them, and, like, surrounded by 20 of our troll buddies, that could really be a sight to behold, and I'm genuinely excited about that. And I do hope they don't fuck it up and they pull a Shadow of Mordor where they just make it a quick time event, oh, stabby, stabby, you're dead.
Crafted the one thing.
So hold on, let me go back, because I just want to see if the runes are the same. I say runes, the Elvish script.
Crafted.
Yep, that's it. That is Najgûl. So he's clearly forging another Ring of Power. So canon Lore Masters Vector look away, another Ring of Power is being made. Not completely out of the question, because he is, like, not possessed, but he is guided by Celebrimbor. So I guess he would have the knowledge. Whether he would have the skill to forge it, I mean, I think we're thinking a little too much about that. But the question still remains, if the Ring of Power is a big gameplay mechanic, which it probably is, since in the first game, you know, dominating others was a big deal. I don't really know, or rather, I'm quite excited to know what abilities we'll get. If it's just dominating the wills of others, and with this ring, we're able to do that faster and bigger and better, like we're able to corrupt massive trolls, or even a Balrog, or whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. Or if we'll actually get, like, more powers, or whatever. I don't know, I'm curious to see how sort of evil, or, like, the ends justifies the means sort of character we become. Because clearly we're using Mordor orcs to wage a war against Sauron in this one, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if we can be considered good in this sense.
One thing that could challenge Sauron. A ring of power. But power can blind those who seek it.
So here we see that, I'm not sure if he was just going after the ring, and maybe we'll see like a conflict, like the ring, this ring as well has I don't know, it drives people insane. in the sense that Celebrimbor wants, like, I don't know if he was going to try and take the ring from Talion, like, no, it's mine, I deserve it, I was the one who told you all to make it, or rather he was just going to pick it up and give it to Talion. But whatever happens is Celebrimbor got picked up by a shadow, whether that's Sauron or one of Sauron's cronies, I'm not really sure, but what actually happens to him, I don't know. But maybe for the rest of the game, we'll just be Talion with the Ring of Power, and we have to find Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor!
And there is Barad-dûr being constructed. Have you ever seen a more beautiful sight? I mean, look at that. It's actually being constructed. Now, some people think that Sauron raised Barad-dûr with just his evil might, but look, no, there's scaffolding, alright? There's scaffolding and cranes. Orcs built that, alright? Let's give the orcs a round of applause for actually, you know, putting their mind to it and making something that's pretty damn awesome. You can see here, it's starting to angle upward. I don't know if that's the very top of it. Maybe it can go a bit higher, but that's not really the point. So yeah, clearly he's making Barad-dûr. And it'll be really cool if while you're playing and you're running around Mordor, you can actually just see Barad-dûr being built in the distance. I think that'd be really cool.
The Great Deceiver has returned to Middle...
So there's Sauron. They've changed their... or rather, they're keeping the same design from Shadow of Mordor. In Guardians of Middle-earth, his head was on fire, and it looked kind of derpy. But yeah, this one, I don't know. I feel like his helmet should be bigger and more menacing. That's just a personal preference. That's just nitpicking. But yeah, that's Sauron. They say Great Deceiver. That's obviously Sauron. We know it's Sauron. And there he is, overlooking all of his armies. And actually, yeah, the lava from Mount Doom is pouring into Barad-dûr. That's pretty cool.
To rebuild his...
And look at his armies. Trolls, Olog-hai, orcs, I mean, all sporting the banners of Mordor. Evil has awoken in the east. They're getting ready for war.
Armies.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back, because there was a real high-res image just then. Hold on.
Build his arm.
Wait. There they are. Look at those orcs. They are ready for battle. Holy shitballs. It kind of looks like he's got a white hand on him, but I think that's just something else. Obviously, that's not going to be Saruman.
To rule.
Look at the size of those orcs. Not orcs, trolls, goddammit. But it's actually kind of nice to see, because in Shadow of Mordor, we had those really big, not graugs, whatever the name of the... Like, graugs are just, like, big mutated wargs, but they also had those really big cave trolls. I don't remember the names of them. But they seem to have just gone back to regular cave trolls. And that's actually kind of nice to see. I like that. I would much rather fight them than what we fought in Shadow of Mordor. There's Celebrimbor with the Ring of Power. So whatever happened to Celebrimbor, I don't know who took him away or what happened to him, but I wonder if Sauron is aware at this point of the Ring of Power and the complications of that, whether like he's actively trying to hunt you or if he just doesn't give a shit. I don't really know.
The corruption will be contained no longer.
So yeah, it jumps to his ring, so the ring answers to him, so clearly when he forges it, he is the master of this ring. It answers to him alone, otherwise it would not jump onto his ring. So maybe that comes into play a bit as well. Maybe someone else will try and use the ring, and yeah, it just won't obey them, and it only obeys Talion. I kind of like that. That means the ring is bound to him, which means he gets a shit ton of power from it. And again, we go back to what sort of powers will we get. If it's just dominating minds, then this whole Ring of Power thing is just one big tease. Which, by that logic, then I don't think it is just about dominating minds. We must get some really awesome abilities to justify making another Ring of Power. And this Ring of Power is said to oppose Sauron. So maybe its domination is so strong that we literally corrupt all the orcs in Mordor and then just march on Sauron. In which case, we could see some really awesome battles. And I do hope we actually get to participate in those big battles between Sauron and Celebrimbor / Talion. Because if you think those really big battles, in the first game you got those 4 warlords, and then it was just like you charging out in this little tiny battle, and then it ends, and then there was like a cutscene. I kind of want more. I want more of the epicness. I want to feel and experience the epicness. I just don't want to. I don't want to see it in like really small cutscenes. If you guys remember from Shadow of Mordor. Oh yes, did I not mention there's a fucking Balrog, and he's got devil wings that are on fire. Not only that, it's an armored fucking Balrog. Now, it's obviously not Durin's Bane. I know this thing is just breaking the law completely. So let's just say they have a tiny bit of respect for it and say, no, it's not Durin's Bane. That is still feasting on goblins in Moria. This is a brand new Balrog that somehow... I don't know if this is Sauron just raising it from the depths out of fucking nowhere, or if... This, unless it's a coincidence, because this scene just so happens to follow Talion getting their Ring of Power. So if he's able to actually create these things, then holy fucking shitballs, GG, well played Sauron, because there is no way he can stand up to this. So, I mean, I kind of think that this thing, I kind of think the Balrog belongs to Sauron, because it would be really awesome to fight, but at the same time, I kind of want it to be ours, because I kind of want to just ride on the back of it. But, I don't know. Something tells me that this belongs to Sauron. I feel like it would just be a little too OP if we got control of one of these things. And look, there he is. He's drooling fucking magma. Oh, actually, lava. Let's be scientific, it's lava. And he's armored. He's fucking armored. In fact, let's just watch that back, because when he rises out of the ground... I mean, look at that. His chest is just bursting open. He's got chains wrapped around him for some reason. Unless that becomes engulfed in flame and he uses it like a whip. That could be it. I mean, that's just fucking mental.
The war for Mordor begins.
So yeah, the war for Mordor begins. Clearly we'll be fighting Sauron in like a war for whoever wins gets Mordor. And... I really am curious to see how it plays out. Obviously we lose. We know we have to lose. So it just makes it even like that more interesting to see how we lose or how close we get. And I want to know what happens to this fucking Ring of Power. They're going to have to dispose of it. Do they just chuck it in Mount Doom and Celebrimbor and Talion dies? Did I just spoil the ending? Is that it? Does Sauron just like chuck it into the thing? That could be it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know how this game could possibly end. Like, well, we know we lose, but, like, you know what I mean. Like, the exact specifics, I can't even begin to, like, brainstorm that. It's breaking my mind. Let's go see that Balrog thing again. I want to go see that. I mean, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely bonkers.
The war for Mordor begins.
And then look at this. That is clearly a fell beast, or a dragon of some kind. I think in this one they're actually using dragons, and I'll tell you why it's a dragon at the end of the video, because I think I know why. As for what's chasing him, we see later on in the trailer that in the ends of those little green shadow things, like, people manifest from them. Whether they're the other Nazgûl, or if they're something completely different entirely. It makes sense that they're a Nazgûl, because I'm pretty sure whatever's flying on that dragon is a Nazgûl. But then again, there's only 4 shadow things. There's not 9, so... How many stayed in Dol Guldur? Oh no, they all left Dol Guldur. I think they went back, but... I don't know. So, they're either Nazgûl or they're something like completely different. Hold on, that was a really nice image there. Look at that. So this, I think, is from that cutscene where they besiege Minas Ithil. These things land in, like, catapult boulders. There he is. That has to be the Witch King. What other Nazgûl would you actually show? In which case, Monolith have actually changed their design, because they used to just be a floating crown. Actually, no, it was more like a floating mask, wasn't it? And in the book, it's described as like a floating crown. But yeah, the fell beasts, these aren't fell beasts, they're dragons. That's why they look like dinosaurs, pretty much. You can see it's got a bit of a scaly face. So they're not fell beasts, I'm pretty sure. They look more like dragons. And then you can just appreciate... I mean... It's almost enough to make you evil, just how badass these Nazgûl look with their armor. Hold on. That's going to be my new desktop wallpaper. There it is, with the Mogul sorcery lighting up the sky. That's ridiculous. And there he is. He's wearing some unique armor we've never seen, and he's like, it's a good day, it's a good day, it's a good day. Fuck, get out of here now. Let's, everyone run. Witch King is here. Dead end shit. There he is. So, yep. We know this is Minas Ithil because there's the tower right there. There's the amphitheater. The whole place is on fire. So, this is obviously a continuation from those cutscenes we saw at the beginning. So, whenever this shows up in the game, it's going to be rather long and rather awesome and like a full-on... I'm hoping it's like a 5-minute cutscene and then you get to play a bit of it. Like, just a full-on siege. And if we just pull it back a little bit... Look, there are the scales. It's clearly a dragon. You can see the scales more there. And just the shape of his wings. It's clearly... Actually, I guess he'd be a wyvern, wouldn't he? And look, there are the things. You can see the shape of something. Almost looks like a wolf's head, actually. Which is kind of cool. Yeah, there they go. Hold on, let's bring that back. So yeah, there they are there. And there they are. That's like the hint of his armor. And there they are. This is the entrance to Minas Ithil, obviously. And there's Minas Morgul. That's what it looks like. So yeah, and then I'm pretty sure after that cutscene, it just takes you back here. And maybe you have to... Maybe you don't have to defend Minas Ithil. Maybe you just have to attack Minas Morgul. And then maybe you get to fight the Witch King. If that's a whole segment, if we actually get to see fully rendered, almost photorealistic siege of Minas Morgul, and you get to square off against the Witch King, that could be just one of the most amazing moments of all time. In anything ever. Like, come on, just imagine that for a second, how amazing that would be. Now, that looks like a fell beast, actually. The wings look slightly different, and his face looks slightly different. He definitely looks more like a fell beast. But I'm not sure about that. If we go back, his back looks different as well. He hasn't got the same spikes on his back. So like, he's got spikes there. Actually, I guess he's got a little bit. It probably is the same. But at first glance, it looked different. But yeah, this is what he did with the place. Minas Morgul, the Dead City. And there's Talion with the Ring of Power. So look at all these guys defending for their lives. The tower comes crashing down. Orcs are charging against you. I mean, there is the destroyed siege equipment there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a cutscene, man. Which I know is going to upset a lot of people. But that's just how that's what I think it's going to be. So, yep, there it is. That's definitely a dragon. And Gondor's armor, I guess like midway through, I guess like 2/3 of the way through the Third Age. It's pretty cool looking. I just want to see who exactly lands there. Yeah, that's probably just the Witch. Wait, hold on, go back. Who is this? No, show me. Doesn't look like a Nazgûl, actually. Maybe it could be. It would make sense that the things flying with the with the Witch King are the Nazgûl. But they just don't really look like it. That's just my only concern. If we look at this guy, the only person... My first thought when I saw the spiky face mask and spiky helmet, I thought this was Agandar, because in War in the North, Agandar has a very similar helmet. If you get rid of this layer here and then move this up a bit, this is definitely the crown that he wears. But it could just be a coincidence, it could just be a similar design, because I know some of the people who worked on War in the North worked on Shadow of Mordor, and will probably work on this game. So, at first glance I thought it was Agandar, but since he's from a different game and actually a different developer made it, I don't know. And Agandar uses, like, lightning powers. So, I don't know. As cool as it would be for it to be Agandar, I'm pretty sure it's just... he probably... he doesn't look like... That's not the sort of thing a Nazgûl would wear, though. But he has got the heads... Like, just going by this face mask, it doesn't seem like a Nazgûl. But then looking at, like, the hood that he's wearing and then the spiked pauldrons, it probably is a Nazgûl. And there's Barad-dûr being constructed. Damn, they get to work fast.
I'm coming for you.
And there's a if we go back, we can see that, at least in this cutscene at least, he looks well proportioned. We'll have to wait for the proper gameplay trailer to see, because in the first game he had massive hands. He had like, his hands were sort of like Marcus. He looked like he was from Gears of War, so that's why I dubbed him Marcus Meat Hands. He looked like he was from Gears of War. So yeah, I'm guessing in this game we'll get to besiege Minas Morgul, not Minas Ithil, and then we'll get to besiege Barad-dûr, and that's where we'll meet our demise. That's how I think this game's gonna go.
I'm coming for you.
And there's the gameplay reveal, March 8th. Shadow of War. And typical Warner Brothers, they're doing all their different editions. The Gold Edition, I can't remember how much they said it was going to be. I think it's going to be quite a lot. But you get like 4 different DLC. It's fucking annoying that they do this. Like, Warner Brothers are indeed the worst company for this. Indeed the worst. No Nintendo Switch. I don't know. This game's probably been in development a long time. Probably not long enough to get... or probably not short enough to receive like a... dev kit for a Nintendo Switch, but that's not really a big deal. It comes out on PC, that's what I'll be getting it on. And I'll probably be playing it for all you lovely people. So, yeah, that was the trailer. We know the Nemesis System's coming back. We know we've got a Ring of Power. We know that it's a war with Mordor against Sauron. But if you remember in the first game, everything was very devious. Everything was about stealth, so obviously, it was quite action-packed, but you dominated the minds of the orcs, and then you rose up within the ranks of Mordor, as in you rose up. But now this seems like it's going to be more of a conventional war, and I really hope they play on that element. I really hope you get to, like... I really hope there's a battlefield-type map, and it's like, you control this area, you control this area, they control that area. You've dominated him, him, and him, and you can give them, like, objectives to go and conquer stuff. And it's like an actual conventional war between you and Sauron, rather than sort of, like, corrupting the ranks within and then just sort of letting the chaos ensue. I kind of want it to play out like a conventional war. I think that's really cool. And what makes me think that they might do that, if we just wait until... Yeah, see, forge your army. 4 legendary orc champions, epic sword of dominion. That's the pre-order bonus. So we know that we can dominate orc champions, and look, they are pimped to shit. Maybe you'll actually get to customize their armor. Maybe you get to, like, elect certain warlords, and you can customize their armor and their battle techniques and whatever. Look, he's actually got a freaking Graug next to him, so Graugs are actually back in it. Jenkins, if you're watching, Graugs are back in it, because that is one armored Graug. That is not a walk for certain. Look at those biceps, man. That is crazy. So yeah, it looked, just from looking like this, there was a lot of customization. Well, not customization, there was a lot of orc variety in the first game. They had, like, mini bonuses. But really, for all the variety, it was more about what defenses they had. Like, it was like, oh, this guy's immune to stealth ambushes, this guy's immune to poison attacks, whatever. But just looking at the way they're armed and the way they look, I'm hoping there's genuine variety in the way, like, your warlords or whatever you get attack and defend and things like that. I really want them to just build up on the foundations that they laid in the first game, because it was good, but there was definitely room for improvement. And I think that is the end of the trailer. It is. So if we Alt-Tab, this is the Mithril edition, and if we look here, there is a map of Mordor. Now so there's Minas Morgul there, there's Cirith Ungol. This could just be a collector's piece like his Mordor, so it's really fully detailed. Lord of the Rings fans will love it. Or it could be like a battlefield map. So if the game does play into that, you'll get to do massive sieges against Cirith Ungol and Minas Morgul and things like that. And you'll actually get to explore all of Mordor this time, and not just Grey Nern and then Green Nern. You know, I kind of want there to be more, like, I know it's Mordor, but it should still be really interesting to explore. So, that, like, I don't know. This game's got me excited, and I'm really looking forward to that gameplay trailer. But just one quick thing before we end. The Mithril Edition, limited edition 12-inch Tar-Goroth Balrog. So that thing we saw in the trailer is a Tar-Goroth Balrog, which is this thing here, armored. Versus Carnan Drake statue. So it's a Drake. So those things that they were riding were definitely, well, he hasn't got arms. So it's definitely a wyvern. And look who's on top of it. Look at the long hair. That's not an undead helmet. that is definitely Talion up there, which leads me to believe that you actually get to fly around on those things and wage death from above. I'm pretty sure there'll be an entire level where you're flying around on that thing and you can just swoop down and take out about 50 million orcs, and then you have an epic aerial battle with a Balrog. That's how I think it's going to go. And really, I think it's just going to be such a spectacle to just see all these things in action. This is not a war between good and evil. This is a war for Mordor, where it's evil stuff versus more evil stuff, and you know it's going to be epic when that's involved. But anyway, we'll just have to wait for the gameplay trailer that comes out March 8th. When that comes out, I'll do another video detailing all the things we saw, and whether or not it confirmed or denied anything that was mentioned here. If there was something that I missed, and there was actually a couple things I missed, there was actually Gollum in that trailer, but I couldn't find him, so I didn't pause it. But Gollum is actually in that trailer. He's sort of watching Talion forge the ring, so I'm pretty sure there'll be a level 2 where you get attacked by Gollum. And that is also hugely exciting, because we have a Ring of Power, and he wants a Ring of Power. I mean, it's not the Ring of Power, but maybe they make you... Maybe they, I'm pretty sure he's going to attack you. He wants it. I don't think he's that picky. Probably is, but who knows. Anyway, so we'll just have to wait for the gameplay trailer on March 8th. Thanks so very much for watching. I've literally just recorded my screen. That's why you can see my desktop and all that stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you want to check out my response for the gameplay trailer, then go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you like other Lord of the Rings stuff, then you can check that out on my channel as well. Anyway, until then, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.